Hi, I am Miranda Ray of Golden Thread Healing Arts, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Or if you're on Rumble, joining me from Rumble, I appreciate it. I just wanted to jump on here and do a quick little video. I had watched Magenta Pixie's latest video that talked about the 10 days of darkness and also the 10 days of light. I have to say that that message was extremely inspiring to me. I know that most of us who are paying attention and have been really tapped into what's going on in the spiritual world um, and where we are right now, the 10 days of darkness has been something that we've all kind of been wondering, what is that going to be? What's it going to look like? So it was very refreshing and much appreciated to know that not only is there the 10 days of darkness that is going to be experienced on the 3D level, but then there's also the 10 days of light. And then in between there is going to be people that are going to be popping in and out of the light and the dark. So I was very happy to hear about that. One of the things that it made me kind of go inward and think about was this time of the 10 days of light seems like a really, really good time to really hone in on not only practicing gratitude and unconditional love, sending that unconditional love out to the universe, to every single being, but then also to think about and really hone in on the manifesting. We know that 2022 is the year of really manifesting and helping to really create what our 5D we want it to look like. So I thought I would just share some information about how I do my manifesting. And to start off with, I work with the moon cycles. So, what's great about this 10 days of light is that it's right before the new moon on April the 1st. So, this gives you some time to really, really sit and go within and really focus on what you want to see coming into fruition, coming into your reality for this year and for future. So I always, again, work with the moon. I write down my intentions during my new moon ceremony, which I do, new moon and full moon. The other thing that about this is get really detailed. What is it? Like making sure that you're fleshing it out. And this is why this time between now and the new moon is so very important. Where your thoughts are going right now are going to literally help propel us either in towards 5D or kind of keep us kind of stuck in repeating this cycle. I know Magenta talks about some of these I think they go in 10 cycles of 10. So I feel like this particular time is a really good time to really sit and think about what it is that we want to manifest. And then filling in all the details, really thinking about what it is that you want and what's it going to look like. So part of this goes in, folds into what Neville Goddard teaches, especially in his lecture that's called The Feeling is the Secret. He was a wonderful spiritual teacher for those that are not familiar with him. He taught a lot about the law of attraction. And so this is, again, reinforcing what we are thinking about, our thoughts creating our reality. So taking this time period right before the new moon can be very, very helpful for a lot of people that are trying to bring in wealth and abundance or change something in their lives. I think that the energy is extremely powerful and you're setting the intentions for something much higher than what we're seeing in 3D right now. So the other part of the manifesting, like I said, I know that Neville Goddard teaches in his lecture, the feeling is the secret. So I'm going to put a little pin there for a second on that feeling part of the manifesting. What I do once I've written it down and perfected it, and this is something that you can work on now between now and the first, is when you're starting to rough out your ideas of what you want, I encourage you to sit in meditation and really start to visualize what it is that you want to bring in. So if you're wanting a new home, what does that home look like? What color is it? You know, what's the neighborhood like? And just kind of a side note, this practice of using all the visualization skills kind of goes hand in hand with my shamanic practice. So my first shamanic experience, my first shamanic guide that showed up for me, he was an amazing teacher. That's actually who is my person that I channel now, White Hawk of the Star Nations. But what he did was basically said, this first journey that you're doing, you are learning all the skills that you need. And he said, use your senses. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you feel? So, using all of those five senses, I use that to basically help me flesh out, help me fill in all the details of what it is that I'm trying to visualize that I want. So, for example, this summer I'm taking some time off to write a book, and I really wanted to spend some time in nature, just really making sure that I'm not distracted from other things. And so I just really wanted to take some time to just go inward and really just focus in on getting the rest of this book out on paper. And so I thought I'll just rent a cabin somewhere. I'll immerse myself in Mother Nature so that I can really be connected and just be and focus on the book. So, because I wanted to manifest this cabin in the woods, I said, okay, let's go into meditation and let's think about what does the cabin look like? What does the floor feel like? And I found myself visualizing sitting on this beautiful deck, and it's overlooking water. And have my dog by my side. Daisy's on the left. I have a nice beverage in my hand, and I'm literally so very relaxed. And I am watching the sun sink down. It's a beautiful sunset against the water, and I can hear the owls coming out. I can hear the crickets starting to chirp now that it's twilight. I can hear the pine trees rustling in the breeze. I can smell the smell of nature. I can smell the dirt in the air. And it's amazing how effective that technique is. And so I know I put a pin over here on Neville Goddard and the feeling is the secret. That's his lecture. When you add all the details of how does this look, touch, taste, feel, smell, you are creating the feeling of already having it, of sitting in that chair, of looking at the sunset across the water. You're creating the feeling, and the feeling is what makes your manifestations so very potent, so very powerful. So again, I just wanted to share that technique. So some of you that are normally saying mantras about affirmations about what you're trying to manifest, this may be something that you want to try to really sink into that process and really see what comes up for you. And it's obviously something that you can practice now between now and April 1st when the new moon hits. The other part of Magenta Pixie's 10 Days of Darkness, 10 Days of Light that was really inspiring is continuing to hold the universe in unconditional love. Every being, sending every single being, every single soul, unconditional love right now. I know that we're seeing a lot of horrible things going on in the world. And the more that we focus on that, the more that it brings us. That is literally part of the transition between 3D and the other higher conscious level or consciousness levels is bringing forth, it's bringing up all the things that we have been feeling and we're seeing it. And the more that we focus on it, the more it draws it to us. So again, I'm not negating the seriousness or the pain of what's going on, because it is real, it's awful, it's 100% awful. But when we can start from here, sending unconditional love and thinking of those people who are suffering and sending them so much healing, unconditional love, it is so very powerful. You can look at the Hawkins scale of consciousness and the emotions and all of that and see that when one person raises their frequency or their vibration to a level of unconditional love or to joy or to bliss, it has a direct impact on the level of the collective consciousness. It raises the vibration of thousands of people. So when you think that that little 5 minutes of gratitude and sending unconditional love to the universe doesn't matter, it does matter. It matters way more than you think it does. You can actually see some of this in action in your own life, I think. For example, have you ever had a day where you were absolutely living in peace, bliss, and joy? And you walked into a store and maybe perhaps there was a person that was struggling with a bag, or maybe you helped them with a door, and it was second nature. It was something that you just automatically were seeing a fellow human being that had a need, a simple need of a task or help or something, or even just a simple compliment. By doing that, you helped to change the vibration that they were operating from. This is especially true when you see somebody who is disgruntled. You see someone who looks angry, someone who looks very cranky, very crabby, and you can see it on their face. Something as simple as a compliment, or a good morning, or a hello, or a how are you, that makes all the difference. That is literally you raising the consciousness of a human being right there in front of your eyes. It does make a difference. It makes a huge difference. So thinking about you sending unconditional love to the entire world for 5 minutes, maybe once or twice a day, it has an impact. Group meditations are also extremely powerful. I have thought about doing some live group meditations on YouTube just for this. It would be free. Donations are definitely accepted, just because it is something that I'm willing to commit to if the interest is there. I really feel like it's something that we could do weekly. And it may be something that we do for a short time until we all feel like we can breathe better. Who knows? But I am tossing that idea out there and seeing if that's something that you guys would be interested in. So again, if it is something that you would like to see, having a live meditation of just connecting and sending unconditional love to the universe, we can definitely do that. And so just put it in the comments. So again, just staying sane is manifesting, staying focused on what you want to see, not what you see going on around you outside of your house. The other thing is staying in that state of, unconditional love and practicing gratitude. I always say, when you can't access joy, start with gratitude. Gratitude is the beginning. It's the beginning step to joy. And we all can live in a state of joy. I know it is possible. So again, I hope that this video has been helpful to you. And like I said, if you're interested in a group meditation live on YouTube, please let me know. I could also probably arrange something on Rumble if that's better. I would be more than happy to try to work something out and see where it goes, see what gets most response, whether it's Rumble or whether it's YouTube. But anyway, I just wanted to offer that right now because I feel that is something that is very, very important. And I do know just from teaching meditation that group meditation is extremely powerful. So that is something that I'm interested in doing if the need or the desire is there in the community. So I hope this has been helpful, and just remember, stay in the light, stay in your manifestation, stay in unconditional love, stay in gratitude, joy, peace, and bliss. And thank you so much for watching this. If any of this has been helpful, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And I wish you all a wonderful rest of the day. Sending you all so much love.